Hi all, this is Allmighty and welcome to this video. So, it is once again me against my favorite type of fish, Stockfish. This time level 3, so climbing through the stairs to come to that greatness which is Stockfish level 8. Well, I'm not really sure that I'm going to make it that far, but I have beaten the first two levels, so let's try and beat the third. Once again, I'm going to give myself 15 minutes plus 10 seconds. This 10 seconds is just so that I can talk as much as I can. These videos are really also therapeutic for me, so I can talk and talk and talk until I bore you. But also I will try to share my insights, share some insights into my game, what am I thinking about while playing it. And let's just see what happens. So once again, random side, I don't really want to give myself the white pieces. To give myself that kind of an advantage. And okay, Stockfish is with the white pieces here, and he plays e4. I will of course play the Sicilian because this is the only opening I know how to play. d4, so very active by Stockfish. I will capture on d4, knight to f3, and knight to c6. So once again in the main line, just with a different move order. Knight to f6 attacking this pawn, knight to c3, and e5 going for the Lasker or the Pelikan variation, however you want to call it. This is the main line. Knight goes to b5. Now d6, preventing knight jump to d6, and it seems that this Stockfish is kind of good with the theory. Now a6 is the move. Two options, capture on f6 or knight a3. Not really a third option. Well, or maybe it is, and I don't know about it. Bishop to c4, sacrificing the knight. Okay, am I missing something here? Well, let's try and find out. I don't think that actual going for that sacrifice is good here, but let's see what Stockfish does. One thing also here is that now, since this knight has been moved away, usually what you do, you capture with the pawn, and then you play bishop to g7, go castles. But now maybe I'm thinking about capturing with the queen. A knight to d5, I can simply put the queen back to d8 and continue with the development. Yeah, let's try and do that. I don't see why not. I'm at the same time defending on f7, so queen to f3, and all the other moves aren't really available at the moment. Okay, knight to b5 also tries to go about knight to c7, giving me a fork for the king and the rook. So yeah, will not allow it for the moment. And okay, queen to d5. It seems that this Stockfish is very eager to attack me and very eager to checkmate me. Bishop and queen eyeing the f7 pawn, and I'm thinking about bishop to e6. Is there anything wrong with it? I don't think so. Well, let's just play it then. Will you give me the queen, or you will just, yeah, if he moves it, I will capture the bishop. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Are there any tricks, hidden tricks here? Knight to b4, not really doing anything. So okay, I will play bishop to c4, queen to c4, bishop to e7, castle. When you put your king to safety, you can continue with the game. Quite simple and quite easy. And yeah, Stockfish, okay, he goes for the queenside castle, which is fine. Of course, there is now a double attack on this pawn. I'm also defending it twice, so no worries there. But also there is this a file, which is open for my rook. So I wouldn't be the one to go queenside castle here with white, but okay. But it's time to put my king to safety as well. So kingside castle, queenside castle, king to b1 seems like a move defending with the king and then just going at it. And okay, g3, probably planning f4. Now the main idea for me is to try and attack. What is the best way how to approach this position? One thing I would like to do is move the queen away so that I can capture with the rook on a2, and then all my problems would be solved, because then the attack would be going on and white cannot really think about making the most of it. So what are the possibilities? First and foremost, do I want to give up this pawn? It is a weak pawn. I am a piece up. It is a thing that I can do. But also on the other hand, I don't really have to do that. But I would really like to develop my queen. So if I play queen to b6, knight d6, bishop to d6, rook to d6, and I capture on f2. That is a possibility. Let's go for that. Seems like a pretty decent idea. If he doesn't capture on, okay, he tries to go and defend the pawn, I can simply play either rook to c8, which is looking very nice, or rook to d8, go and defend the pawn. Well, since I didn't defend it for the first time, I will just play rook to c8 and continue to attack. Rook from f to c8 to continue with the attack. Okay, f4 is a move, which is a very nice move, which threatens to capture on e5, and then have a queen and the rook to attack on f7. So have to be careful about that. But one thing that is going for me is I can play knight to d4. And knight to d4 isn't an ordinary move. It is a move that discovers the attack to the queen. And I would say it's pretty much game over from there, if I don't miss anything too big from white side. So let's try knight to d4. So the threat is to capture the queen. And okay, white has decided to give up the knight on c7. Okay, I'll simply capture with the rook. And still, this isn't the only threat, so capturing the queen. Also, rook to c2 is coming. And okay, now I have a couple of options actually. I can go and capture the rook, or I can capture the queen. At this point in this game, it doesn't really matter. I will actually capture the queen and capture on a2, go for checkmate ideas. I'm doing that because I'm not afraid of rook to c8, because I have this possibility of bishop to f8. And I'm not going to be checkmated, which is always a good idea. Don't get checkmated. White, on the other hand, doesn't really have that much to go for. He will have to defend somehow this, and after rook to a1. So also a good moment to pause the video if you want. How to win a rook now. Maybe there is actually a couple of ways how to do it, but the easiest way I see is rook to a1, queen to b5, and if c4, queen to b2. So let's try that. Rook to a1 check, so if king to e2 defends the rook, then queen to b5. But Stockfish knows that, yeah, doesn't make sense to do it, so he gives up the rook immediately. And okay, now it's pretty much over. I think most of the people who know to move pieces can easily win this. So I'm just going to hurry up and not this video unnecessarily longer than it needs to be. First, I'm going to start with d5 to open up the bishop, so that when I go and give checks with the king and queen, it will be much nicer. Okay, queen to d4 now, king e2 only move, rook f2, and queen to d2 is checkmate in 2. Very nice, very nice. Stockfish level 3, yeah, 27 moves. I don't remember how much, I think against level 2 it was a longer one, so I probably think this is a record. So yay, winning against Stockfish level 3, looking forward to Stockfish level 4. And yeah, hope you got out of got something out of this video and this game. I thoroughly enjoy playing against machine, and especially when I'm crushing it. So we will see what will happen at level 6 or 7. I don't know which level will actually cause me some problems. Okay, that being said, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.